Now, I know that Kim has said that she wants to keep Kanye around despite their divorce so that their kids can have a normal upbringing, but this latest Kanye news is wild. Kanye West actually purchased a home across the street from Kim Kardashian. He dropped $4.5 million on a home after she filed to become legally single. The rapper, who shares 4 children with his ex, just closed on buying a 3,651 square foot, 5-bedroom home in LA's Hidden Hills. The new real estate purchase comes 2 months after he listed his former 4,200 square foot bachelor pad in the same community for $3.7 million. And this seems like the next big step in Kanye's grand plan of getting his family back together, something he has expressed publicly many times, despite Kim Kardashian moving on from that relationship and dating Pete Davidson. According to reports, Kanye paid $421,000 over the listed price just to make sure that no one was able to outbid him. The only reason I know Kanye bought this place is because of how close it is to his old home with Kim Kardashian. Because if you really look at this new home, look at this new house of his, it was built in 1955 and is much more modest than any other home that he's had before. I mean, in September, he purchased this modern Malibu mansion for $57.3 million, and if you've seen the way that he's designed the interior of Kim's house, it's very modern and minimalist. This new place, though, sits on a little over an acre of land and boasts a large outdoor swimming pool, plus a horse corral and stable for 3 horses. But multiple outlets have said that internally the home is in need of a major renovation. As I mentioned earlier, this is simply another step in Kanye's big plan to get the family back together. Recently, during his concert with Drake at the LA Memorial Coliseum, he improvised his lyrics to the song Runaway and said, "I need you to run right back to me, more specifically Kimberly." And then during an interview for Drink Champs on November 4th, he called Kim his wife in the present tense and then went on to say that they were not divorced. During the interview, Kanye says, "SNL making my wife say I divorced him on TV because they just wanted to get that bar off. And I ain't never seen the papers, we not even divorced." Kanye also went on to accuse the media of trying to split the two of them up and said that the divorce was no joke to him, adding that it was causing their kids some distress even. He goes on to say, "My kids want their parents to stay together, I want us to be together." Although he did not comment on the ongoing rumors surrounding Pete and Kim, and as I mentioned earlier, Kim has filed to become legally single and have her maiden name brought back in registered documents, but first she has to patiently wait for a judge to sign off on this. In court documents that were obtained by TMZ, Kim stated that her marriage with Kanye West was unsalvageable, even though he has done these big attempts at trying to win her back. The court documents also go on to say, "No counseling or reconciliation effort will be of any value at this time," adding, "Irreconcilable differences have existed and continue to exist between Kanye and me, which has caused our marriage to irretrievably break down." She also went on to say that she has tried several times to get Kanye to agree to the termination of their marital status, but he has not responded to any of the requests. Although this legal move is only really asking for the last name West to be dropped, all matters of child custody, property, and financial implications from actual marital status are being requested to be handled separately. Now, that could mean that Kanye and Kim will figure all that stuff out on their own without the legal process, but with him not even responding to the earlier requests, this may be something that we actually see being taken to court as well. Kanye West is back in the news, and it's for some recent comments he made during an interview that are turning a lot of people's heads. Amid rumors of Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian dating, Kanye was confused because he believes Kim is still his wife. Despite Kim Kardashian filing for divorce from Kanye West earlier this year, and there being a clear breakdown in their relationship prior to that, Kanye is still out here saying that he's married to Kim. The divorce was believed to have been motivated by a difference in each other's politics and lifestyles. Kim was quoted as saying, "I think he deserves someone that can go support his every move, go follow him all over the place and move to Wyoming. I can't do that. He should have a wife that supports his every move and travels with him and does everything." Although in Kanye's defense, she did come out to one of his Donda listening parties and wore a wedding dress as they performed a fake wedding for a stadium filled with people. So I understand how Kanye could be getting mixed signals here, especially if he heard Pete Davidson was taking her out on dates. Of course he's going to say something like this, and I honestly don't know why we're so surprised anymore. During his appearance on Revolt TV's Drink Champs, Kanye spoke more about his relationship with Kim. More specifically, he touched on all of the controversies surrounding her Saturday Night Live debut. You know, the one where she kissed Pete Davidson. Kanye goes on to say, "SNL making my wife say I divorced him on TV because they just wanted to get that bar off. And I ain't never even seen the papers. We not even divorced." Kanye also went on to accuse the media of trying to split the two of them up and said that the divorce was no joke to him, adding that it was causing their kids some distress even. He goes on to say, "My kids want their parents to stay together. I want us to be together." Although he did not comment on the ongoing rumors surrounding Pete and Kim, who have been spotted twice now out on dates in California and in New York. A source did tell Tell Us Weekly, "No one really knows what is going on with Kim and Pete. They are just friends right now, but things could turn romantic," adding, "Kim thinks Pete's hilarious. Pete is quite the charmer and she totally understands the allure. Kim loves that they just laugh the entire time they are together and she is really enjoying hanging out with him." According to multiple sources, the divorce between Kim and Kanye has still not actually been finalized, so I mean, he's not wrong when he says that they're still technically married. However, it is moving closer to the end, especially given that Kim just bought out Kanye's share of their $60 million home in California. That pretty much signified that the divorce was still going to be proceeding, and that took place after this fake wedding performance for his Donda listening party. The two of them have remained close after the split, but it has more to do with that being the best thing for their kids right now. Another part of this whole interview that I found intriguing, at least, was when he suddenly launched into a tangent about Big Sean and John Legend. Both of these artists were signed to his music label, but when Kanye was running for president, they both criticized him. He goes on to say, "I changed this man's family, and both John Legend and Big Sean, when I ran for office, got used quick by the Democrats to come at they boy that actually changed their life, and that's some sellout-ish." You know the word that I can't say there. He actually said that signing Big Sean was the worst decision he had ever made, and in response to that, Big Sean immediately tweeted out and said, "Was just with this man, he ain't saying none of that." And this was after the interview. "I'm dying laughing at you, Kanye West." So far, Kim Kardashian has not responded to those earlier statements made by Kanye either. Kim Kardashian is asking a judge to be declared as legally single amid Kanye West changing up some of his lyrics, begging Kim to run right back to him. The Skims founder recently filed court documents asking them to separate issues of child custody and property from her marital status. In addition to that, though, she is also hoping that her maiden name can be restored, which means dropping the West part off of the end. Which shouldn't be an issue considering that Kim's lawyer, Laura Wasser, has frequently made similar moves with the likes of Dr. Dre and Kelly Clarkson. So this won't be her first rodeo when it comes to separating marital status from other issues. It really just allows people in a divorce to move on with their lives, but I don't know if Kanye is on the same page. What's a little crazy here is that just a few hours before Kim made this filing to change her marital status, Kanye took to the stage at the LA Memorial Coliseum. Kim even attended the show and brought the couple's kids, North and Saint, to watch their dad and Drake do their thing. But this is also the same concept where he changed the ending of his song Runaway and ad-libbed over the vocals of the end of the song for Kim to run right back to him. And this does seem like one of the last moves, though, that will hopefully send a message to Kanye that they are officially done. Kim has already started to figure out the property side of their split and bought Kanye out of their Hidden Hills estate for $23 million. However, there are still other property issues that are apparently outstanding. That shouldn't be too difficult for them to figure out, though. The real problem that a lot of people panic about in a divorce is who will take care of the kids. And according to reports, there will not be any dispute over custody, and as of right now, they are both deciding to have joint custody and actually commit to co-parenting. At least they have remained as a united front for their kids, even if they do have their own issues. One of those issues definitely has to be Kanye just going on radio shows and telling the world that Kim is still his wife. Because he said that he had not seen any paperwork for the divorce, he claimed that it didn't happen at all. But once his court approves Kim's latest filing, she will be legally single no matter what Kanye seems to think. After that concert, a source told People magazine that Kim knows where Kanye's head is, but just chooses to ignore it. They went on to add that she has moved on, but knows it's difficult for Kanye to deal with. So when he pleads in public for her to run back to him, she isn't surprised and is just trying to be respectful about it. The truly respectful thing to do, though, is go through with these legal filings just to make it official already. This source also added, Kim will always bring the kids to events that are important to Kanye. Co-parenting and making sure her kids are happy will always be her priority. Now, as many of you know, Kim has recently been dating SNL comedian Pete Davidson. The pair were first linked together in October when Kim appeared as a host on Saturday Night Live, and following that, they have been spotted out together on multiple occasions. The source also goes on to speak about how great Pete has been for Kim and says, he's exactly what Kim needed after her divorce. Someone to make her laugh and just have a fun time with. The end of her marriage was a very dark time for her, and Pete has been the best antidote. During Kanye West's performance with Drake in Los Angeles at the Free Larry Hoover benefit concert, he reportedly changed up some of his lyrics to his song Runaway that included begging for Kim Kardashian to take him back. Now, while performing at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, the 44-year-old rapper repeated a line from his song Runaway that was from his 2010 album titled My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, in which he mentions his ex-wife. Kanye also admitted to his marital mistakes at a previous Thanksgiving event, which pretty much all but confirmed his desire to reunite with Kim Kardashian. In this new rendition of Runaway, Kanye says, I need you to run right back to me, adding to the end, more specifically, Kimberly. However, beyond longing to reunite with his ex, this event also acted as a way way for Drake and Kanye to squash their beef. The pair had previously been in a long-lasting feud, but put aside their differences to raise awareness about the need for prison and sentence reform. But despite this being a massive charity event that saw Kanye headlining his first show in 5 years, that was overtaken by his declaration to Kim Kardashian. And according to reports, the audience went wild upon hearing this declaration, which, as I mentioned earlier, were comments that followed his previous statement made at the Los Angeles Mission's Thanksgiving event in Skid Row. There he stated that he had made mistakes and publicly done things that were not acceptable as a husband. Although, as we all know, Kim Kardashian now has moved on to dating Pete Davidson. The pair were first linked together after locking lips for a sketch on Saturday Night Live when Kim hosted. Then the two of them were spotted out together multiple times in both California and New York City before a source close to the Kardashians shared that Kim was falling for Pete. E! News was the first source to announce that Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson were dating, actually. A source close to Kim K told E! that the 41-year-old reality star and 28-year-old comedian decided to take their friendship to the next level. They said that they are really happy and seeing where it goes, and the source then goes on to tell E! News, Pete has told her that he doesn't want to see anyone else. She is telling some people they aren't super serious, but she isn't seeing anyone else. She's trying to not make a big deal about it, but is super into him. On top of trying to keep it low-key, the insider said that Kim is smitten over him and that it's very exciting to her. They go on to say, he makes her laugh the entire time they are together, and she is completely enthralled by him. However, they said what truly solidified the relationship was when Kim brought Pete to Kris Jenner's Palm Springs home, which apparently is a huge deal, but I guess everyone is that happy for her. Despite literally living on the opposite coast, the source added that they are making the distance work and have plans to continue to see each other. And despite Kim Kardashian filing for divorce from Kanye West earlier this year, and there being clear breakdown signs in their relationship prior to that, Kanye was still out here saying that he was married to Kim Kardashian. The divorce was believed to have been motivated by a difference in each other's politics and lifestyles. Kim was quoted as saying, I think he deserves someone that can go support his every move, go follow him all over the place, and move to Wyoming. I can't do that. He should have a wife that supports his every move and travels with him and does everything. And during an appearance on Revolt TV's Drink Champs, Kanye spoke about his relationship with Kim. More specifically, he touched on all the controversies surrounding her Saturday Night Live debut, you know, the one where she kissed Pete Davidson. Kanye goes on to say, SNL making my wife say I divorced him on TV because they just wanted to get that bar off, and I ain't never even seen the papers, we not even divorced. Kanye also went on to accuse the media of trying to split the two of them up and said that the divorce was no joke to him, adding that it was causing their kids some distress even. He goes on to say, my kids want their parents to stay together. I want us to be together.
Following Kanye's last Donda listening party that featured a marriage to Kim Kardashian, many are speculating if Kim and Kanye might be putting the brakes on their divorce and even getting back together. Kanye held yet another listening party for Donda ahead of its release on Thursday in Chicago. The performance included appearances from controversial figures like DaBaby and Marilyn Manson. Kanye's entire family, including Kim Kardashian, were in attendance at the event. Near the end of the performance, Kanye shocked fans by lighting himself on fire inside of a replica of his mother Donda's house. But that's not all. After the fire was extinguished, the arena went black. And as the next song played, Kim Kardashian appeared in a wedding dress with a veil on, walking towards the chapel and Kanye. After a brief walk, Kim and Kanye met as the event ended. From what we saw, it looked like it could signify that the two are getting back together, even potentially getting remarried. These rumors have been fueled even more by Kanye himself. Apparently, he's been going around telling people that he and Kim are back together again, but nobody really believes that it's true. One source said, quote, Kanye has been telling other rappers that he and Kim are back together, but everybody knows that isn't true. The real story is that Kanye wants to beat Drake in record sales, and he's putting on a big show of performance art to grab all the media attention. And as we know, Drake and Kanye are currently in a heated feud ahead of both of their album releases. Kanye leaked Drake's address online, while Drake's fans vandalized Kanye's Chicago home. According to these insiders that spoke with Page 6, Kanye is doing everything in his power to beat Drake. That's what spurred the idea of the fake wedding ceremony. Apparently it's meant to be performance art that will sell records. As for Kim, her motivation for participating in the stunt was pretty straightforward, just to support the father of her children. Another source said, quote, they weren't talking for months after she filed for divorce, but they began talking again earlier this summer for the sake of their kids. Kim is a nice person. While she and Kanye are not back together, she's happy to support him in his work and his art. She wants a good relationship with him for the sake of her children. The source added that it's taken months for them to get to this point where they can be civil and supportive of one another, and Kim will do anything to support Kanye for the sake of their kids, who are their main priority. The source also confirmed that Kim has no intentions of stalling the divorce, and she's still planning to leave the relationship. The source added, quote, filing for divorce was always the most difficult decision for Kim. She only filed because they have issues that they couldn't solve. She will always love Kanye though. adding right now she is not calling the divorce off. A third source then added, quote, "They are not getting back together. The one thing they still have in common is love of the press. And of course she will still help him make money because the money goes to their children. It's mutually beneficial for both of them." Last weekend was the third time that Kim and the kids had shown up to support Kanye at his Donda album release parties. She attended 2 events prior that were held in Atlanta. So guys, please let me know your thoughts on all this below. Do you think that Kim and Kanye might be reconciling now that Kanye is no longer with Arena Shake? Or does Kanye just need to realize that him and Kim might never be back together again, and she's really only being nice for the sake of the kids? I personally really like them as a couple. I do feel that they really complement each other. They're very similar. I don't even know lifestyles, aspirations, all that stuff, so I liked them together, but I'm not sure they will be getting back together personally.
Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, has been up to some very strange things recently, from wearing a variety of creepy masks to sporting a bizarre new haircut that people are speculating was cut by one of his children. An LA judge on Monday approved Kanye's request to legally change his name from Kanye Omari West to just Ye, no middle name or last name even, just Ye. Judge Michelle Williams Court said in court documents, "There being no objections, the petition for change of name is granted." And within the petition, Ye had cited personal reasons for the name change after previously announcing his intentions to change his name back in 2018. Not too long after news broke of Ye's name change, photos of him wearing strange prosthetic masks started to pop up on every news outlet. One was described as looking like a Caucasian woman, which he wore for his cab ride out to the JFK airport in New York. He had changed out of his cloth mask to put on the Halloween costume, but I hope he removed this mask before entering the airport, otherwise he probably would have had a lot of issues with security. This is actually the second time in the last few days that he was spotted wearing a Halloween type mask instead of the traditional cloth mask. I mean, this pale greenish blue mask that he was wearing happened while he was in Italy over the weekend, but it's definitely less scary than the first one. Just the other day he was strangely photographed in a McDonald's in Sweden and shocked fans when he showed off his new haircut. And of course social media had a lot to say about it. However, it might not all be that bad. The hardcore fans showed up to leave comments praising Ye for his new look, with one predicting a possible trend even happening here and commenting on the photo, "Watch people start cutting their hair like this now." Although Ye is definitely known for trying to start new trends, I feel like there is a much funnier reason for his hair looking like this, such as the reason that one comment suggested when they said, "Kanye let his kids cut his hair again." And even if this was done on purpose and Ye gives a meaning behind it, I still can't unsee the potential option of North cutting his hair while he's trying to sleep. And because he's Ye, you know that he would just try to pass that off as some sort of fashion statement. The reveal of this new haircut came after he was spotted by the paparazzi wearing those rubber masks on both sides of the Atlantic. So of course many fans began speculating that he was simply using the mask to cover up this haircut, or because he probably just wanted to travel incognito, but unfortunately that didn't really pan out that well for him. This isn't his first attempt either at trying to wear a full face mask while traveling or attending events. Back in July, he attended a Balenciaga show and he wore a full face mask that appeared to combine the Harley-Davidson logo with a panther mixed in. Then of course you had the variety of full face masks that he wore for his Donda album listening parties. And I believe that most people who look at Ye doing things they would never do automatically assume, well, that man must have lost his mind. But to be real, his life just isn't normal to begin with, so of course he's going to be doing things that make him look like he's lost his mind. I mean, to him, he believes that he's a genius, and judging from the numbers, a lot of other people also believe that.
Kim Kardashian stole the show at last night's Met Ball, completely changing the game of what can be expected of her on the red carpet. Some people think her outfit was an ode to Kanye's latest album, Donda, while others think she was trying to avoid him at all costs. There were even reports he might have been walking the carpet with her. So Kim has attended the Met Ball every year since 2013, and she's known for her iconic looks. And last night was no exception, though the look has brought a lot of controversy from the fashion world. The theme of the 2021 ball was, quote, "In America, a lexicon of fashion," celebrating the past, present, and future of all things American fashion. Kim's outfit, designed by fashion brand Balenciaga, consisting of a black figure-hugging dress that not only had a long two-tailed train, but also covered her entire face. Only a sleek ponytail could be seen hanging out the back, and a pair of black heeled boots. Her face was not visible whatsoever under the face covering, and not one part of her body was exposed. At first, many people online started roasting her look, of course, I mean, that's what the internet does, saying she looked like Dementor. Another joked that she barely recognized Kendall through the fabric. Many were also shocked to see a man with Kim walking the red carpet. He was also wearing all black with his face covered, with a similar stature to Kanye. This got the rumor mill buzzing that the mystery man she was walking with was Kanye, as Kanye is known for his shocking looks. However, it was later revealed that the man was not Kanye, and it was Balenciaga creative director Denma Glasva, who is notoriously private. A source said about the director, quote, "He doesn't even walk out at the end of his show, so it's a really big deal that he is here at the Met and walking with Kim." Even though Kanye was not at the event, many felt that Kim's look that night was inspired by Kanye, especially considering he's in his Donda era, where both Kim and Kanye have been wearing all black ensembles. Kim even wore an incredibly similar outfit to a Donda listening party. That outfit was also designed by Balenciaga. A source close to the family said that Kim wanted to make a, quote, "new subculture and fashion statement with her polarizing look," adding, quote, "There's no logo, no face, but everyone knows it's her. Kanye gave her the courage to push creativity and people's imagination through art." So from that, it seems that Kanye was supportive or even created the look. However, it's now being reported that Kanye actually unfollowed Kim last night after the ball. I'm not sure if something happened between them, but Kanye has now re-followed Kim again. Not sure if that issue between them was resolved or if it was just an accident. I guess time will tell, but just another little, cherry on top of this story. Every Kanye West fan is patiently waiting for the release of Donda. This album will be Kanye's 10th, and it's been teased by Kanye for over a year. The album is dedicated to Kanye's late mother, Donda West, and the album will have themes of loss and love for her, as well as for his own family following Kanye's recent divorce news. But it seems like there's some darkness surrounding this release, and that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. The album was first teased in March of 2020 by Pusha T. The rapper said that he and Kanye were supposed to start working on Kanye's latest project, but because of the coronavirus, their studio sessions had been put on hold. Then around July of 2020, Kanye started seriously teasing the album yet again, even revealing the album was to be named Donda and sharing the track list. The release date at that point was July 24th of 2020, but of course this did not happen. Kanye brought back the hype around the project on July 18th of this year when he hosted a small listening party for the album in Vegas. The big reveal for the project was set to be July 22nd, after Kanye was set to hold a huge listening party for the release at Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This event did go as planned, but the album was not released that night. Instead, it was exposed that Kanye decided the album was not finished and it needed more work. So he pledged to stay in Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium until the album was released. It's been close to a week now and the album is still not done. Kanye even confirmed that he was living in the stadium when he posted a photo of the room that he was living in. It's a small closet with just a simple bed along with Kanye's clothing. Kanye didn't caption the photo, but the intention was clear, that he was living there until Donda was finished. Now let's get a little more into the album, Donda. It's been speculated that the main themes of the album are going to be surrounding Kanye's current divorce from Kim Kardashian, whom he shares 4 children with. And some of the lyrics prove this. On one song, Kanye raps, quote, "Tell the assassins I escaped from Calabasas," saying on another track, quote, "I'm losing my family." Apparently another song also starts with North, West's daughter, pleading with him to stay home. The album also seems to have some religious influence from his last project as well. But it's clear that the album has been an emotional roller coaster for Kanye. This was made clear at the Atlanta listening event when Kanye broke down crying after rapping about losing his family. This took place during a track called Love Unconditionally. After the song played, he dropped to his knees and started crying. Even more confusing, while the track played about losing his family, Kim and their children were in the audience watching. One of the tracks also showcased his mother saying, quote, "No matter what, you never abandon your family." But apparently Kanye actually gave Kim a heads up about these lyrics, and Kim even gave input on it. So thankfully they're still on very good terms, it seems. Kim told Andy Cohen about the divorce, quote, "I will forever be Kanye's biggest fan. He's the father of my kids. Kanye will always be family." Later adding that their marriage was, quote, "so real and filled with lots of love." So let's get more into Donda West, Kanye's late mother. Donda passed on November 10th of 2007 due to complications from multiple plastic surgeries. Donda had liposuction, a tummy tuck, and a breast reduction the day before she died. According to the autopsy report via People, quote, "West was able to walk out of the clinic after 5.5 hours of surgery, heavily bandaged and prescribed Vicodin for pain. She opted to return to her home for her care, even though she was advised that she received post-operative care at another facility. She was apparently cared for by a nurse at her home." Kanye was incredibly vocal against Donda's surgeon, Dr. Jan Adams, following the procedure, even blaming him for her death. However, he states that nothing went wrong with the procedure, but rather with her aftercare. It was alleged from one source that Donda apparently took far too many pain pills at once, and this actually led to her passing, although it hasn't been confirmed. A little known fact about Donda is that she was actually Kanye's momager before she passed, similar to Kris Jenner. She previously worked for the faculty of the English department of Chicago State University, but left to help manage Kanye's career. She even wrote a book about him titled Raising Kanye: Life Lessons from the Mother of a Hip-Hop Superstar, which came out in May 2007, just months before she passed. So it's clear that she was a huge part of Kanye's life and is dearly missed. Now going back to the album release date, it was rumored that another reason Kanye delayed the album back in 2020 was due to his presidential run. This not only exposed a lot of Kanye's controversial political opinions, but also got him in a lot of heat with Kim, as he exposed some of their darkest secrets at campaign rallies, along with his tweet rants around that time. Although Kanye has hinted that he's eyeing 2024 for another presidential run, nothing has been set in stone as of now.
Kanye West has been famous for a very long time, and in that time he has gone from hated to loved, then back to being hated on. It's quite the life being a controversial celebrity, and to make matters worse, Kanye has been struggling with his mental health for quite some time now. Being bipolar is no joke, and yet Kanye has refused the medication required to help him. Today we're essentially going to give you 10 examples of why Kanye needs more help. Coming in at number 10, a war of words. Back in 2016, Kanye West went on a wild Twitter rampage in which he believed he was responding to criticism of the name of his upcoming album. Part of the reason Kanye started going off was because Wiz Khalifa said that he should hit this KK and become yourself. And Kanye unfortunately interpreted KK to be his wife's initials, and so things exploded very quick. To make matters worse, Kanye's ex-girlfriend Amber Rose is the mother of Wiz Khalifa's child. I'll read you just a few of these tweets so you can have an idea of what I'm talking about here. 4th, you let a stripper trap you. 5th, I know you mad every time you look at your child that this girl got you for 18 years. 12th, you wouldn't have a child if it wasn't for me. 13th, you own waves, I own your child. And that wasn't even all of what he wrote that day. Soon after, Wiz Khalifa cleared things up by tweeting at Kanye saying, "KK is weed, fool. Reasons why you're not wavy. Go back to Swish." And in response, Kanye wrote, "I'm happy that I now know that KK means weed. Please excuse the confusion. Now back to waves." Oh god. Coming in at number 9, Toilet Grammy. Heading back to Twitter again because Kanye just can't get enough of that platform, we have the infamous Grammy in the toilet video. This was not something I could have ever predicted happening in 2020, but here we were watching a video of Kanye West putting a Grammy into the toilet and peeing on it, all while wearing Crocs or something. In the caption, Kanye West simply writes, "Trust me, I won't stop." I'm sure this was viewed as a meltdown by the people that run the Grammys, but in reality, Kanye was trying to send a message. West is among many prominent artists that are demanding the rights over their original masters to be given back. These masters or original recordings are how artists make all of their money, and most of the time in big record deal contracts, the label takes the ownership. And he just said, well, I'm gonna pee on your prize. In at number 8, SNL leaked audio tape. Saturday Night Live is no stranger to slip-ups, and because it's live, it usually just adds to the charm of how incredibly well they're doing otherwise. However, during a live 2-song act, Kanye delivered an unrehearsed and just downright awful performance. Now, the reason attributed to Kanye's disastrous performance stems from the SNL staff members changing the stage moments before he went on. Apparently, his original stage design was reflecting the stage lights and causing problems for the cameras. The worst part was that someone had recorded the audio of Kanye just berating the staff. A representative for Kanye told Rolling Stone, "This audio was secretly recorded while he was venting his frustration in a private moment with his team. He found out his stage design was changed and taken apart under the direction of the show's lighting director without anyone's approval." I mean, fair enough. That would trip up anyone, and Kanye West definitely would trip up him. Coming in at number 7, AIDS awareness. Back in 2005, during a Live 8 concert tour intended to raise awareness of global poverty and AIDS, Kanye shocked audiences. I mean, more shocking than just that line alone. Back in 2005, during a Live 8 concert tour intended to raise awareness of global poverty and AIDS, Kanye shocked audiences. During the Philadelphia tour stop, Kanye claimed that AIDS was a man-made disease and that it was placed in Africa just like crack was placed in the black community to break up the Black Panthers. What's even less reassuring is that in his 2005 hit song called Heard 'Em Say, he says, "And I know the government administered AIDS, so I guess we just pray like the ministers say." I mean, fire a line, but that message is a straight conspiracy theory. Do not think for a second that celebrities are immune to conspiracy theories. Tom Cruise being a Scientologist is pretty much all the proof you need. Coming in at number 6, 57th Annual Grammy Awards. A few years following the Taylor Swift incident, which we'll get to later on, Kanye West nearly did the exact same thing to Beck as he was accepting his award for Album of the Year. Never being the type of person to turn down some attention, Kanye briefly popped up towards the stage before turning to exit, leading many to believe that he was just outright mocking what he had done to Taylor Swift. Although Kanye would later clarify that he was in fact seriously about to interrupt Beck's acceptance speech to say that it should have been given to, you guessed it, Beyonce. I mean, his love for Beyonce is adorable, but come on dude, just tweet about it or something. Speaking of tweeting about it, West did later apologize to Beck on Twitter as he tried to smooth over yet another scandal. Coming in at number 5, the St. Pablo Tour. Back in 2016, when Donald Trump was the president-elect and during Kanye's St. Pablo Tour, he not only had a very public meltdown on stage, but he also threw his support behind Trump. Furthermore, he accused Beyonce of playing politics to triumph at award shows and insinuated that Jay-Z had a hit out on him, which is just bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-Hanas. I mean, I literally just mentioned one of the two stories in this video where he's cutting off other performers in defense of Beyonce. Additionally, he criticized Barack Obama for trying too hard to be perfect, and even had some choice words for DJ Khaled's new fiance. He ultimately ended up shutting down his concert after 30 minutes saying, "Right now, press, get ready to write your passive-aggressive LeBron James racist comments, season 4 racist comments, get ready to have a field day, press, get ready, because the show is over." Okay, I'm ready. It's over. Coming in number 4, South Carolina rally. The word disaster is really the only true way to describe the Kanye West rally. With the year of our Lord 2020 shaved into the back of his head whilst wearing a flak jacket that read security, Kanye rambled about his campaign for about an hour. This was his very first presidential campaign, which was held in South Carolina under his political banner called the Birthday Party. Yes, the birthday party. Then Kanye said that all Harriet Tubman did was free the slaves so that they could be slaves to other white people. It was a rally filled with controversies, but the biggest moment was when Kanye broke down into tears as he openly told the crowd that he nearly aborted his own daughter. This clearly is a sensitive subject for him to discuss and left the crowd in attendance with their jaws on the floor. In at number 3, Get Out. Now it didn't stop there. The day after his debut political rally in South Carolina, Kanye went on a Twitter rampage where he called out his wife Kim Kardashian and her mother Kris Jenner. In one tweet, Kanye said, "Kim was trying to fly to Wyoming with a doctor to lock me up like on the movie Get Out because I cried about saving my daughter's life yesterday." But before that, he was even tweeting about Kris Jenner, and in one tweet he said, "Kris, don't play with me. You and that Kanye are not allowed around my children. Y'all tried to lock me up." He then added a minute later, "Everybody knows the movie Get Out is about me." Soon after, the hashtag of Pray for Ye began trending on Twitter, and rightfully so. Coming in at number 2, Hurricane Relief Telethon.
The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Please call.
Apparently Kanye West wasn't really feeling like going off of a teleprompter during the live TV fundraiser for the victims of Hurricane Katrina. This live event was on air just days after the storm, and Kanye tossed away the lines written for him in order to stir up a political debate at every moment. His co-presenter Mike Myers was absolutely floored by what he was witnessing. Seconds after making his statements, the show's producer cut off his mic and abruptly passed it over to the next presenter, who was equally as shocked. Last but certainly not least, our number 1 spot, the MTV Music Awards. Even though it's been more than a decade, Kanye in recent years has continued to shade Taylor Swift. What made things worse was Kim enabling this behavior by releasing phone call conversations without Taylor's consent. Even stranger is that Kanye was able to evolve this old incident into a new controversy. Recently, he actually was claiming that God told him to interrupt Taylor Swift. To refresh your memory of the original event, allow me to cover some of the key details. This bizarre interaction took place at the start of the night when a 19-year-old Taylor Swift was accepting the award for Best Female Video. However, as she was giving her acceptance speech, we all watched a drunken Kanye run onto the stage. He then proceeded to grab the mic from Taylor and said, "Now Taylor, I'm really happy for you, I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time." Then as he was met with a ton of boos from the crowd, he simply shrugged his shoulders and walked off stage.